the most famous bridges in the world. Famous bridges certainly evoke admiration and respect for the engineering and architectural talent of their creators. These outstanding structures can be seen in different parts of the world. They connect the banks of rivers, straits and gorges. Many of them have revolutionized their design and construction, and have become famous attractions attracting tens of thousands of tourists. 1. Tower Bridge, UK. Tower Bridge is an iconic building and one of the main symbols of London. It connects the banks of the River Thames and was built in 1894 using a combination of hanging and lifting elements. Its architectural dominant is two high towers, which are connected by two passages. In the past they served to ferry pedestrians when the bridge was raised. 2. Ponte Vecchio, Italy. Ponte Vecchio is the oldest bridge in Florence and is a popular symbol of the city. It was built in 1345 across the Arno River and has retained its original appearance to this day. During World War II, it was the only crossing in the city that was not blown up by the retreating Germans. 3. Golden Gate Bridge, USA. The Golden Gate is one of the most recognizable and popular tourist attractions in the world. This is a long suspension bridge over the strait of the same name that connects the city of San Francisco with Marin County. The famous red-orange color of the Golden Gate was not chosen by chance. In this way the structure was made more visible during the thick fog that often shrouds the bridge. 4. Harbour Bridge, Australia, Sydney. The Harbour Bridge is an iconic Sydney landmark. Together with the harbour view and the Sydney Opera House, it is the most famous symbol of Australia itself. It is the world's tallest steel arch bridge, measuring 134 meters from the top to the water level. It was built in 1932 and connects the city centre with the North Shore. 5. Brooklyn Bridge, USA. The Brooklyn Bridge is a grandiose architectural structure and symbol of New York. It connects the banks of the East River and provides communication between Manhattan and Brooklyn. Its construction was completed in 1893 and at that time it was the longest suspension bridge in the world. 6. Akashi Kaikyo Bridge, Japan. Akashi Kaikyo is the famous Akashi Strait Bridge that connects the city of Kobe on the island of Honshu with the city of Awaji on the landmass of the same name. It was built in 1998 and remained the longest suspension bridge in the world until March 2022, when the 1915 Kanakale Bridge in Turkey opened. 7. Hangzhou Bay Bridge, China. The Hangzhou Bay Bridge is the world's longest ocean bridge and a famous landmark in China. It is 36 kilometers long and passes over Hangzhou Bay in the East China Sea, and also crosses the Qiantang River in the Yangtze River Delta. This complex S-shaped structure is built in a location that experiences some of the highest tidal waves on the planet, as well as significant exposure to earthquakes and the strongest winds during typhoon season. The design of this bridge took 10 years, and more than 700 specialists from all over the world took part in it. 8. Rialto Bridge, Italy. The Rialto is the most famous bridge in Venice and one of its symbols. It is located in the area of the same name and connects the banks of the Grand Canal at its narrowest point. This beautiful architectural structure, richly decorated with bas-reliefs, was built at the end of the 16th century on the site of a destroyed wooden crossing. 9. Milow Viaduct, France. The Milow Viaduct is a huge cable-stayed bridge across the Tarn River Valley near the city of Milow and a popular landmark in France. It was built in 2004. At that time it was the highest transport bridge in the world. 10. Charles Bridge, Czech Republic. Charles Bridge is one of the most beautiful and oldest in Europe. It connects the banks of the Vltava River in Prague and is the most recognizable symbol of the city. Its construction lasted 45 years and was completed in 1402.